Hey Nexonians! In last week's video I asked you for questions for this week's interview and we got so many answers. Woohoo! Even I got some questions like,
is this guy from Sweden?
Yes.
Me too.
Oh cool! And questions like,
who's NX Love? What's he working with for Nexon Europe?
So I'm working with marketing as an intern for Nexon Europe this summer, but most of the year I study experimental psychology. But now for the highlight of the video, here is NX Kaas.
Yes, nice to see you all.
How are you doing, man?
Good, thanks, good.
Cool.
Still a bit tired from this week's maintenance.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah, always.
I thought we'd start with the question for people who don't really know. What is it actually you're doing here? What is it you're working with?
What I do here, I do basically almost everything. I do customer support. You can see me on the Facebook. Sometimes even reply to the forum, but I mostly do read everything. I check for hackers. I QA, so I test the new content. I make the notices. Everything, basically everything, really.
So you're the man for MapleStory.
Kinda.
And NX Kaas, like what does that actually mean?
Well, actually, Kaas means cheese in Dutch. And when I started playing MapleStory Europe like 7 years ago, there was an older GM called GM Kaas. And I want to be like him when I grow up. So yeah, I did that basically.
Oh, amazing.
So I just wanted to continue his legacy of cheese. And
cool.
Yeah.
So it's a tribute to cheese.
It's a tribute to cheese, really. Yeah.
Do you like cheese yourself?
Well, cheese goes well with everything. I mean, your sandwich, your pizza. I mean, you can even put it on ice cream and it'll taste delicious. Really.
I can't but agree. Some of the guys were wondering what are your hobbies apart from MapleStory?
Well, I really like long romantic walks on the beach, definitely, and eating cheese, of course.
You seem like a top guy. We had some questions also regarding MapleStory, and you said you've been playing for 7 years.
MapleStory Europe 7 years, yes, but I've been playing in the other service before MapleStory Europe, the global service. So a total of 9 years I've been playing MapleStory. Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
That's a long while.
Yeah, well, I kind of got hooked by bashing snails like 9 years ago, and I'm still playing. So,
is there any way of like telling from your character or telling that you've been?
Well, I finally reached level 200 some time ago. I mean, the max level used to be level 200, and it was really tough to get there. But after 9 years, some people can do it in a day, but 9 years, I did it.
Strong, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any like old content or anything from the early days of the Europe servers or?
Well, we recently, some time ago, we had an event where you could actually revisit the old content, because we had the Big Bang update and that basically changed everything. And there was a sort of old event where you could like revisit these old maps and just hang out and collect some really old stuff, like the really old MapleStory weapons.
Yeah, I was thinking during all this time, like could you share some really like happy moment you've encountered or some really cool thing in MapleStory throughout your sort of 9 years of playing?
Well, one thing I really liked was something really recent with the Zero quest line. You know, MapleStory used to be all serious with the quests, like we're a really tough game, we do serious quests. But the last few updates, they really have been like really making some fun stories. And the one thing I really enjoyed was there was a quest line with a new Zero character. I saw you played it as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you had to sing for a dragon to put it to sleep. And basically the NPC through there, his ears were exploding, and he would literally say like, "Stop singing, please, there's blood coming out of my ears." Don't. And I really like that. I really like the new story, it's really fun.
I thought also about like, is there any time you've been really tired of MapleStory or like that you've sort of had to put it aside? Because 9 years is a pretty long time.
Yeah, well, I haven't played 9 years non-stop. I mean, you can't really do that.
No.
And I mean, MapleStory is a grinding game, so you really have to grind a lot. But luckily, these days, especially, there's a lot of other content you can enjoy, like party quests. There's really emphasis on party play and party quests these days, and really makes the game like way more fun because you can hang out with people. You don't have to do you can solo stuff if you want to, but you're actually encouraged to play with people. And it really, you guys, you're the reason why people and I still play MapleStory, because you're awesome to play with.
Yeah, I was thinking we could do a thing with like 3 favorites, where you name first of all your favorite boss throughout MapleStory.
That would be Bellum. Bellum is in Root Abyss, and he's like this giant worm. It's kind of like, I really liked the story behind it, because if you in Norse mythology, there's the world tree, and there's a worm that resides beneath it, and he's kind of inspired by that. and this design is just so badass.
Oh,
Actually, MapleStory is really cute, and he looks like totally out of place. He can shoot this giant laser from his mouth. It's insane, really cool.
What level do you need to beat him?
You can go there after level 100, but if you really want to beat him, I would say, well, it depends on how strong you are really. But if you want, there's also a Chaos version that's even stronger, and don't even think about beating that. I can't even beat it. I'm not that powerful. So you need like a party of really strong people to actually go there.
Yeah, I think for me, like the worst boss I've encountered was like King Clan in Florina Beach. So that's like quite. Yeah. One day I'll be there. Second favorite is favorite class. If you got to choose one class.
Well, my most favorite class currently is the Paladin, because he has like the most awesome defense ever, and he's really strong as well. He's even quite powerful. He has super defense, and he has a hyper skill that allows him to become invincible for like 30 seconds, so nothing can touch him.
Yeah.
And it's really useful for jump quest, because there are like hazards in the way, but you can just activate the skill and just walk
run.
Yeah.
Final favorite. What would be your favorite grinding spot or grinding place?
Favorite grinding spot.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think that would be, it's not really a grinding spot, but I think it would be Neo Tokyo. We have this area in the game that's like futuristic Tokyo with robots and mechs and everything. And I really like the design of that area and the way it just looks and feels.
Cool, yeah. So Neo Tokyo then?
Neo Tokyo, yeah.
Check it out. What level is it?
Also a higher level.
Yeah.
It's seriously, when you start the game, there's like a lot of content. But even when you get even higher, there's even more to explore.
It keeps opening up.
Opening up new stuff.
The next part of the interview is basically a bit about working with MapleStory, and so in your like everyday job, what would you say is most difficult when working with MapleStory?
Well, as I mentioned at the start of this interview, the maintenance on Wednesdays are horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not really horrible, but I mean, you have to start at 4. And when the maintenance is going, you can't actually do anything because they're upgrading. So you have to start. You have to be there in case something goes wrong. So you're just sitting there 4 in the morning, like, okay, maintenance is going. Yeah. So yeah, it's really it tires you out. But I mean, we're still young, so we can handle it. I've done my share of all-nighters with gaming, so it's nothing that I can't handle. But that's I think definitely the most the hardest part.
Are you a coffee drinker? Do you?
No,
I
I don't like coffee.
Okay.
So I'll just sit here with my water, like.
Yeah, power through basically.
Yeah.
Cool. So a few questions about the content.
Yeah.
Also the new. So first of all, will there be more story-driven content in the future?
We're releasing a new area with the next update. And this area will basically let you relive the story of the white mage becoming the black mage, and it's like the main protagonist of the MapleStory game.
Yeah.
So he's like the bad guy, and well, you can see him transcending from the good guy who wants to learn about magic to someone who thinks like the ultimate light can be found in the ultimate darkness. He says so. He just wants to he just completely flips around, and basically kind of wants to destroy the world. Yeah. Yeah. So in that area, that's also where you can see the Cygnus Empress grow up. Cygnus Empress is like one of the major NPCs in the game, all in the story, and stuff like that. So there will be more story content coming out really soon. Actually,
cool.
Really looking forward to it.
Yeah. No, that sounds really cool.
So
basically the prelogue to
exactly.
Black Mage.
The thing is, the story goes that there's a library and everything that happens in MapleStory is recorded automatically. Super convenient. And you're going to relive 3 stories that are in this library as a character from the story.
A second question is, in the future, will there be more job balancing, or?
I saw this question on the Facebook and on the YouTube as well. Yes, I can gladly say that there will be more job balancing. In the next update, we'll be revamping quite a few classes. Actually, we'll be revamping the Dual Blader, the Cannoneer. They will receive, I think, the most major upgrades with new skills. Various skills got changed, like buffed up, and most of the Resistance class and quite a few other classes as well will be receiving skill changes to make them even better in game and while hunting. And the final question is, will people from different servers be able to play with each other? So people from Cradia. Well, we saw the question a lot. We saw like with people with Hackathon coming out. Hackathon's like a cross-server boss, so everyone from both servers can join. And basically, we're doing the same with party quests. In the next update, you'll be able to have party quests with people from Cradia and from the Mentos together at the same time. So there will be a special cross-server area where you can meet and play party quests together.
Great,
Yeah.
that sounds amazing. I was wondering, like, you know, taking your something that for most people is a hobby, so MapleStory, and doing it as your full-time job. Like, why are you doing it? Or what is like your goal with working with MapleStory?
Well, I started working like 7 months ago, and my main goal basically was to improve the game quality. So I mean, sales are important, but they're not the most important thing. I think the most important thing in the game is to actually to be able to enjoy the game to its full extent and how it's designed to be. So I was really focusing on that game quality, so people will be able to get into the game, to make improvements here and there, so that it will be even better for them to enjoy. So yeah, that's my main thing really.
Cool. Yeah. No, you definitely have the background story.
Yeah.
Too. I was wondering finally what would be like your best tip to a beginner like myself, or
my best tip would be to actually just enjoy the game and take it as it comes to you. I see most people who start the game really want to rush things. They want to pass through all the content, level up and be strong. But my tip really is to like take it easy, take a step back and just try to explore the world a bit and try a few quests here and there and try different areas. You don't always have to follow what other people tell you to follow, like, oh, this is the best training spot. You can train whatever you want. I mean, just do stuff you enjoy because it's your story. So yeah, a MapleStory there's plenty of stuff to do.
Yeah, I was happily surprised by the game as a whole, I must say. Even though I'm still just a level 31 pirate.
I mean, there's so many content unlocking already at level 30.
Yeah.
Like 2 team dungeons, you can do herbalism, you can do mining. Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's really important to just take your time and like wow, what is this? Let's just check it out, you know? Not like, oh, whatever, another function.
No,
exactly.
Getting into it.
Yeah, you just really get into it.
No, it really like absorbs you. You get very.
Yeah, I get it a lot from people.
Cool.
It's really addictive.
Yeah, so thank you so much for taking this time and answering your questions and my questions as well. I'll see you in a week in the next update. Until then, take care.
Thank you.